A shed update. But first, Star Trek and CBS I think they said have been cracking down with cease and desist orders on people making unlicensed kits, especially like the good old resin industry, you know. And I know a lot of resin kits that are they had to be pulled off because they can't make them anymore, because they said you can't really make anything that's on screen or canon, but if it's non-canon stuff, then you can make it all, you know, original designs, you can make that all day long. Which I also heard that the and I don't know if I have any handy, well, I do. For example, I heard that they were going after the decal people. And so who knows, you know, if they go after decal people, that means the people who make masks, decals, maybe even photo etch, you know, who knows. I assume, and I think they're going after the way it's worded, you know, like if you had like, for example, Enterprise A conversion, well, you can't have that, you got to have like, you know, A conversion or something, you know, something crazy. But anyway, I tried to stay away from the major kit conversions for, you know, stuff that you've seen on screen or from a movie. I always like to try to do the obscure things that were, you know, less likely to get a C and D from. But anyway, I heard that, so I'll pass that along, and who knows, you know, we may even talk about that more one day. But a shed update. First up, NASCAR. I was actually at a garage sale, very, very cheap. It's missing the instructions and the decals, but anyway, that makes you know, just a plain car, you know, other than that. But anyway, you can always get decals, so it's no big deal. Cheap, box is in really good shape, I mean, but it's one of those. I occasionally pick up NASCAR kits when they're cheap, you know, just slowly build up the you know, racetrack, you know, that's if you want to build one. But anyway, other than that, we're adding a NASCAR to the ARP. Everyone's probably seen that. Gorgeous kit. I do like the Star Wars Bandai figure kits. I built one. I think it's just an exquisite kit. Very little cleanup, very little weathering that I did on it. I made a base for it. Featured the armor and did a little dusting on the feet. It's one of those, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just there's very, very subtleness, and you kind of have to get up on it as a person. But anyway, I didn't glue, well, I didn't say I glued everything. I did it where you can change the pose and all that. But anyway, fun kit. I was the only one I ever had. I think my first one I had, but then the hobby store started getting them because they started making them where you can sell figure kits. So I got two, because that's the way we like to work around here. So we're adding another Stormtrooper, and you can never have too many inside the ARP. And then of course I had to get in debt because the hobby store got a bunch of other figure kits, and I had to start putting them in layaway. But anyway, other than that, adding Stormtrooper to the ARP. There was a place, they have like little bargain kits and basically crushed boxes, and I really don't care. I mean, it's rare that I really care that I do like the box, you know, pretty decent, but you know, over time it's just, you really can't, you know, you'll have shelf wear, you'll have crushed boxes, because it's just, you know, for example, you know, close to being, you know, 40 years old, you know, it's just, you know, some of them are going to be good, some are going to be bad. But anyway, this is a kit from a show called Yokai Watch, and I'm going to call him Firecat because that's the way he looks like to me. There's actually a bunch of these, because that's kit number 11, so I need 1 through 10. I think they're all cats, because I know of the show, but I've never seen the show. So anyway, and then I was at a garage sale where I bought the NASCAR, and they had a Yokai cat here, 2 little figurines. So I figured I'll buy that, stick that in the box, and since I got Firecat here, I thought, well, anyway, I'm glad the hobby store don't get these in yet, because that's going to be another addiction. It's going to be like the teddy bears over there. I mean, there's like, God only knows how many, you know, 10 more of them, and then 11 on, you know. But anyway, I do like my kitty cats, so I will probably get some more of those if I can find these at a cheap price. But anyway, we're adding Firecat to the ARP, and then the hobby store, of course, you know, started getting the what is the little Gundam balls here, which I'm going to call him Momo, and this is the pink one, and I have the orange, green, and the red. And I read somewhere, or saw a picture of it, they actually have a blue one and a yellow one. So I'm waiting for them two to get out. So I got to remember that when I go to the hobby store, because I'm actually getting to the point where I can't remember all the colors. But anyway, adding pink Momo here to the art, which looks more like a cat than the Gundam ball there. But anyway, I don't care. I like these. I think. Oh, and Gundam kits at the hobby store. Everyone loves, you know, all the, you know, major Gundam frames and all that. You know, me, I like all these little kits here. I think these are much more cooler, but that's just me. But anyway, we're adding Momo to the art. Mobius slash Pegasus Hobbies. They came out with the seamless dome for Robot, and I own Robot, which I own too, which, you know, that's the way we like to work around here inside the OARC. Gorgeous kit. This kit will really appreciate and value because it's 1/6 scale. That alone right there will alleviate the kit. And well, since Mobius kind of technically don't exist, you know, I know they're trying to get everything out, but anyway, they have two. You can get the glass dome here, single kit, or you can actually get the glass dome kit and I think the upper one, which I got it on layaway, and I'll show that in a update, you know, probably in a couple of weeks. You get the dome, and then you get mostly the head to the chest here kit parts. So anyway, beautiful packaging. I am probably never going to open it because it's just I mean, it's solid. You know, I really can't crush it. I'm going to probably get me a little nail and do like that, something like that, because I think it's just I think it's one of them unsung little model kits that, you know, really don't appreciate and value until over time, because, you know, who would have thought you'd get a glass dome, you know, for the kit, which the kit itself, you know, basically if you build the kit's got a little seam around the edge, and you can sand it off and polish it out if you had to. But anyway, I think it's one of them little things that'll appreciate and value over a period of time, especially the dome part. But that's just me, you know, I could be totally wrong, you know, that could be not worth nothing, and then the other one worth more, who knows. But anyway, we're adding a glass dome for Robot, which I need to get two of them because I do have two kits. But anyway, other than that, adding that to the art. And last but not least, King Kong The Last Stand. This came out in 1976. Most of y'all have probably seen the 76 King Kong, which I like that movie a lot. Mego came out with their only model kit, and that's King Kong and the Two Towers. This kit's missing a lot, which box is great shape, and it was actually really cheap. Reason why I got it, because it was missing, but you don't see it. And I mean, if I really wanted to get a complete one, I could, but I thought, it's one of those one of the models you just don't see all the time, and I thought it would be pretty darn slick to have. And about a couple years ago, I didn't even know they made model kits. I know, you know, toy-wise, they made the 8-inch figures, and then they went down to 3 3/4 because Star Wars was killing the toy industry when they came out with their figures. But anyway, I think it's a cool kit. I mean, even for its age and all that. But anyway, Mego King Kong, which I'll have to add him over here in the figure, which not really the figure department. I want to add him kind of over here in the I call it the movie area, or, you know, TV show type. You know, I just think it's a unique kit. You just don't see stuff like that often. But anyway, we're adding King Kong to the art. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are adding King Kong. We are adding Momo, adding Glass Dome, adding Firecat, and of course more Bandai Star Wars, and of course we like to add a little bit of NASCAR to keep it real here inside the ARC. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.